Hello there. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Right, I thought I would just make this video now because I was listening to a couple of vinyl records and I thought I'll do like a video on this, right? It's like, what has surprised me the most, or like what song or maybe LP has surprised me the most since getting into it. Right, I'll do this first, right, because in my opinion, this is underrated, this vinyl record. Well, the soundtrack, no matter what platform you get it on, it's underrated. And the one that surprised me the most, definitely, is Almost Paradise. Mike Reno and Ann Wilson for Heart do the duet on it, and it's just absolutely incredible. It is sensational. But like Footloose, Kenny Loggins, incredible. Let's Hear It for the Boys, incredible. It's just an absolutely phenomenal body of work. It's incredible. But at first, right, when I watched the film and then looked up the soundtrack, at first, well, when I got it and I played it, I thought that Dancing in the Sheets was a typo. Like, I thought it was Dancing in the Streets, but that's Dancing in the Sheets. That's not too bad, that song. I'm Free is a really good one as well. That's Kenny Loggins again. But Somebody's Eyes is a good song. The Girl Gets Around. As soon as I heard it, I thought I recognised the voice, Sammy Hagar, and he spent a wee bit of time in Van Halen. Aye, so it is absolutely incredible, and that's one of the albums that surprised me the most since getting into vinyl. But one day when I was looking through my vinyl records to maybe just like look and see what ones I've got and what ones I didn't listen to that often or was going to get rid of, and I found that in my collection, forgot I had it, but I wasn't going to get rid of it at the time, and I'm still not going to get rid of it. The main reason I wasn't going to get rid of it is A, because she's good, but she's better now than what I thought she was, and also it's because like Grease was one of my all-time favourite films, but like You're the One That I Want, like Xavier, Summer Nights, Magic, Suddenly, Hopeless Devoted to You. Right, but after hearing it a couple of times, Suddenly, oh my goodness, it's just an incredible duet with Cliff Richards. It's incredible. So, Suddenly on that album, and Almost Paradise on that soundtrack are one of the, well, two of the most greatest duet songs of all time. And then if I get another album, right, this is another reason why I'm glad that I got into vinyl records. This album is an absolute masterpiece. I mean, if I'm really being picky, I Can't Dance, or track 1 and side 2 is maybe, well, it definitely is my least favourite, but still a classic, technically. But Driving the Last Spike, goodness, one of my all-time favourite songs, that. It is now anyway. And Way of the World, side 1 on side 1 on 4 is incredible. Right, so as I said, it is a brilliant Genesis album, the best one they've ever made. Right, this album, I just always remember hearing about it, like on documentaries or something and that, and Smoke on the Water. God, all that shouting on Emmerdale just then. Right, anyway, so, always heard about it on like music documentaries and that, talking about it, and Smoke on the Water is the famous one for this album, but Highway Tune is an absolute masterpiece. Right. Highway Tune, Maybe I'm a Leo, Pictures of Home, Never Before Classic, Smoke on the Water Classic, Lazy Classic, and Space Truck Truckin'. Absolutely sensational. Well, most of the songs, like 6 minutes and 5 seconds, 5 minutes and 3 seconds, 5 minutes and 40 seconds, 7 minutes and 19 seconds. Whew. Overall, it's more than 20 minutes long, that full entire album, but what a masterpiece. Some journalists and people think that the band Machine Head got the name for that, but it's false. No, it's no. Well, false, but it's not true. It's not true. The band Machine Head didn't get their name from this Deep Purple Machine Head album. Oh, another one that I'm glad I got, but I heard before, right? Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Damn the Torpedoes. I heard it a few times because my father's got it on CD, but I had to get it on vinyl record or CD, but I'm glad I got it on vinyl record. Incredible. But it's just been absolutely amazing the amount of like either different artists or different songs I've got into because of vinyl records. To begin with, the Carpenters and Fleetwood Mac were the two that surprised me the most, especially Fleetwood Mac Rumours. Incredible, absolutely incredible album. From start to finish, that is an absolute masterpiece. I would recommend that album wholeheartedly. Well, every single album I'm talking about I would recommend wholeheartedly. It's just absolutely sensational. My music genres have completely changed now because before getting into vinyl records, I never listened to the Carpenters, an album, Fleetwood Mac, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Dionne Warwick, Diana Ross, who else? Shirley Bassey. They're all the artists that before getting a vinyl record player I never heard one either greatest hits or a studio album of theirs. Heard some of their songs over the years, knew how good they were, but I didn't ken how like properly good they were until listening to one of their vinyl records. Incredible. And obviously, when I first got a vinyl record player, I thought to myself, what albums do I definitely need? And I needed at least 2 AC/DC albums, 2 Led Zeppelin, Foo Fighters, Metallica, Deep Purple. No, Metallica, if I said that. What? Wait, I'll just get back to you in a minute. The very first album I purchased even before I got the vinyl record player was the Carpenters' Greatest Hits. I think it was either the brown or the gold one. Can't really remember, but anyway. And then throughout the time having a vinyl record player, I've also had Mamas and the Papas' Greatest Hits, which is absolutely sensational. It's a masterpiece. And it's just been an absolutely sensational. I mean, it's been my music genres have changed, and the music I'm into nowadays. I mean, never thought I would be into the 3 singers I mentioned: Dionne Warwick, Diana Ross, and Shirley Bassey. Shirley Bassey's like surprised me the most about this venture, but Footloose, Grease, and what is it? The Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. They are absolutely phenomenal. And the Full Monty. I did have that on the CD, but I wanted to get it on vinyl record because it was a blue one. But it's just that anything nowadays, maybe if it's like between 50p and maybe £2.50. If I've heard of them, or like they're a legend, or the album is double platinum, I'll give it a go. If I like the artist first, if I've heard it like about say 4 or 5 that the artists' songs, then I'll give it a go, because I just think that life is too short and I want to broaden my horizons and get into new artists, or artists that have been around for ages and I've not really heard of that much, but it's just been sensational. I'll show you another couple of albums. Right, just before I get to the second part of the whole, like explaining about what like either new artists or new music I've discovered since getting into vinyl records. Why does soaps have to be so sad? I mean, they have to reflect real life, but it's just crazy. So many people either arguing, shouting, or dying, or stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to pick out a couple of other albums and show you them. Right, so all the albums so far that I've told you about, especially like the ones I've showed you, like holding them up. I'm just so glad that like I got a vinyl record player to listen to them properly like that. So another one, right? I did have this on cassette tape, but when I went into a charity shop and seen it, I just thought, well, why not? It would be cool to have it on a cassette tape and a vinyl record. Jimmy Somerville. Right. Absolutely sensational. I mean, Small Town Boy, obviously, great one. Don't Leave Me This Way, and then To Love Somebody, that's a good one. But Never Can Say Goodbye, oh, that was our Jackson 5 song. That was brilliant. But oh, it's really cool. You Make Me Feel Mighty Real. I don't know if he actually really done the original to that, but it's brilliant. It's really cool. It's a fantastic album. It's like half of like his maybe, well, it's all of it actually. It's like some of his solo stuff, then some with the Communards, and then some with Bronski Beat, if that's how you pronounce it. So that's an interesting one, but I just thought I would show you because it's so cool, and he's for Scotland. That's just a added bonus. And then I've obviously heard of him before I got the album, but Lady is a fantastic song because Lionel Richie helped write that song, and you can tell it's a Lionel Richie type song when you hear it. And then You Dedicate My Life, that's a good one. Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town, brilliant song. But The Gambler and Daytime Friend. There's an album called Daytime Friend which I've also got as well, but that is a phenomenal greatest hits. It is quite nice and relaxing to listen to. I mean, he covers genres, like he's known for being country, but like sub genres with pop or like ballads, and it's good how he's crossed over. So that's another guy I'm glad I've got into. So all the ones I've either told you about or showed you are the reason why I'm so glad I've got into vinyl records, and I've definitely got at least 300. Last time I checked it's 300, so it must be at least 400 now. Yep, so I don't know what else to say, but just keep supporting music in every way, shape or form you can. Either buying t-shirts or going to a concert or concert, t-shirt, vinyl record, CD, cassette tape, Spotify, so that's 6. What else? Merchandise, 7. So I've got all that. I've been to a concert, I've got music t-shirts, I've got posters, calendars, signed pictures, CDs, DVDs, vinyl records, CDs, cassette tapes, cardboard cutout there of Kylie Minogue. She's looking at the window. So I've probably appreciated and listened to a lot more music since getting a vinyl record LP player. I've got 4 now. Aye, one that you plug in and recharge, where you can take it a bit with you. That one that I've showed you before. Then I've got another one that's got like a 1950s car on the front, like the grille. And then the other one is a tiny little bit like that one, but the tape bit is at the side. And down there is like a foam bit where that's where the speaker is. So I've just been experimenting with different artists and trying them and seeing if I like them. Brilliant. I've put them into, right, see down here, right, I've got them in order like, and then in the spare bedroom, which I call the apartment room, I've got like a wooden box on wheels, and I've put them into order female and then random at the end, and then in a foldable ottoman, which I got at Wilco's, I've put into order I like, but then in the middle I've put compilation albums like country, or now that's what they call music. So God, sometimes, right, like recently when I've looked through every one of them, some I've forgot that I've got, because I've got over 300. Right, so that was just me explaining a bit what music I've got into since liking vinyl. So thank you very much for watching. Right, my quest for vinyl records, I think technically will never go, because all my artists that are still performing nowadays are going to bring out albums eventually, so I'll have to keep collecting more vinyl. Right, I'm going to slow down now. Aye, because I get too many. But anyway, I love it. It's a great hobby, but a very, very expensive one, especially if you're getting a new LP. Yeah. But I make an exception if it's a really good artist or band. Pay a wee bit extra to get a coloured version, because they might be worth a bit more. Right, so anyway, that's me over now. I'm going to watch the rest of Emmerdale and then have an early night. Right, thank you for watching. Peace out. Tatty bye. Bye.